Hey, I'm Brandon, and today we are checking out the Alpinestars Morph Street gloves, coming in at 95 buckaroos. Now, these are geared towards the hot weather riding conditions, and we've got some new tech from Alpinestars. It is this tech weave material, some of that gray material that you'll see here. And then we've got goat leather on the inside of the palm. That's going to be the main construction, this new material from Alpinestars, that tech weave, as well as the goat leather. But before we get going on all the details, you know me, I like to talk about the overall fit before I get my wheels turning there. So I measured just over 8.75 inches around the full circumference of my hand. I typically wear a size large in most of my gloves. Size large fits me spot on here. I've got plenty of comfort room here. Nothing feels restrictive, but they're not overly tight where I can't manipulate my controls or anything like that. So I would certainly say these are running true to what that sizing chart is going to recommend. And at 95 bucks, these will ship to you for free. And as always, we do have our price match policy in place. That's there to ensure that you're getting the best deal around. So take advantage of that. Tech weave, what is it? Why are they utilizing it? So tech weave is a new material from Alpinestars, and they're able to use less material. It makes it more low profile, and it makes it a bit more comfortable as well without sacrificing, you know, that seam strength, the cut strength, and just the abrasion strength that it's providing. So that's why they're trying out this new material, because it's not sacrificing the protection it's providing, but it's overall low profile, and again, just a bit more comfortable in comparison to some of the other materials, and just helps reduce some of that overall bulk. So I'm excited to see how these work and how long they last. This new material is very comfortable. It certainly is low profile. Of course, I love having goat leather on the inside of the palm there. That's certainly my preference when it comes to gloves because of the tactile feel and the abrasion resistance that that brings to the table. But let's start here at the wrist. Little Velcro tab there, very straightforward. I like that this is attached to that goat leather. A lot of times we're seeing gloves utilize neoprene in this area, and when you're pulling on this area and when you're Velcroing it, you know, over time it tends to that neoprene tends to pull away and it breaks down. So I like that design, very straightforward, and I've got this nice leather pull tab right here, so I can just kind of pull on this and I don't have to worry about that neoprene pulling away from the glove itself. And it's very, very comfortable. Nothing feels restrictive. Again, a little bit of accordion stretch right here just before we get to that knuckle. You can see the Alpinestars logo, a little bit of coverage there with that goat leather covering up the wrist there. This is a short cuff, but it's kind of teetering on the, you know, mid cuff range there. The knuckle itself, this is a new design. We're going to see this within a few different Alpinestars gloves. I'm anxious to see how well it holds up. It is actually fused to the top of the knuckle, and I kind of feel like I can get my fingers underneath there and start peeling it away. So hopefully long term that doesn't start happening, but I'm a little bit anxious about that. I'm a little bit anxious about the long-term longevity there. Hard TPU, of course. It's very comfortable. Nothing feels restrictive. A little bit of padding underneath there as well. But as we continue working our way down the fingers, just more of that tech weave material here, and then we've got some of that stretch material right here in between the fourchettes. It's going to help with the overall breathability as well. And then as we work our way over to the thumb, you can see more of that stretch material right here as well, so nothing feels restrictive. Speaking of the thumb, you do get touch tech capability on the thumb as well as the index finger. The touch tech on the index finger is a little finicky, I found, when I was utilizing it, so just something to be cognizant of. It does work, but it's a little bit more finicky than most other gloves that I've utilized. I like that we've still got the stretch right here in between the thumb as well as the index finger. We see that with pretty much all Alpinestars gloves these days, and I like that because it just adds to you know, the overall comfort here when your hand's in the controls and you're manipulating your controls, of course. Goat leather on the inside, as I mentioned before, you can see some of that goat leather working its way down to the wrist where we have some additional foam padding right there at the base of the palm. Pretty low profile when it comes to the overall protection. Really, the knuckle is the main point of protection here. This is something that's going to be great for commuters or if you're zipping around town. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more stout with a little bit more protection but similar materials, I would check out the Morph Sport option from Alpinestars. That's a newer option. It's going to be utilizing this tech weave material. It's got ride knit material, but it's also got a bit more leather incorporated, and I think it just takes it up a notch in the overall protection. So if this is a bit subpar when it comes to the protection, you're needing a little bit more, check out the Morph Sport as a good alternative option. Overall, I like that, you know, Alpinestars continues to push forward. I like that they're testing out a new material, got a new knuckle design. They're very, very comfortable. I would certainly add that. And this is something that, you know, is a little bit lightweight when it comes to the protection that it's providing. riding, but it is getting you a new knuckle, a new material from Alpinestars, and it's keeping it below $100. If you're looking for more details, click that info button. That'll take you over to the PDP. You can take a closer look at these gloves on the site there. And as always, if you have any additional questions about these gloves, or maybe you want to compare it to some other options you might be looking at, do not hesitate to reach out to our customer service team. They're all riders, more than happy to get you pointed in the right direction. Thanks for hanging out for a bit and taking a closer look at the new Alpinestars Morph Street gloves. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.